use that playful energy and say, can I make it do something? Make it a positive thing. Make what he wants to play become your idea, and then he says, I don't want to play this game anymore, does he? He said that you take control of his emotions, and next minute he goes, Lucy's going to let me use her voice in the demonstration. And just because we put a bridle on doesn't mean, and we've got a saddle on, doesn't mean that we just have to get straight on, does it? You know how we can play the game with the halter and lead rope, we can still play the game with the bridle as well. So we can work on so much here with our bridle reins and stuff like that too, that we can check things out and just see whether we have a soft feel of the bridle, where the bridle sits inside of the horse's mouth and the halter sits on the outside of the horse. So why would we train the horse first up to yield from pressure from the outside when we want it to actually yield from pressure from the inside of the mouth? The reason we use the outside first is because our lack of knowledge. If we can use the outside first where it's not so sensitive and teach it to be soft, when we get to here, we've learned to quit when the horse yields from pressure and release pressure. Whereas if we started to learn those A's inside the horse's mouth where we take hold of it as if we were riding it, and we close our fingers, we pick up here and we take hold, and we've sort of gone this 9 steps into getting from a casual rein that we're just riding on wheel casual, and we pick up and we go to phase 1 through our concentration rein. That's step 1 there, step 2, step 3 separate, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with all our fingers closed. 8 would bring that horse into that contact, and that horse follows that suggestion, and he's leaning on the bit and stuff like that. Well, we're going to hold that pressure, and the horse hasn't actually been asked to back up yet. Why hasn't he been asked to back up?
He has no leg on.
What else?
No leg.
What about me?
You're not in the driving position, you're in the relaxed position.
What else? Where's my belly button?
Out forward. Yeah. No.
That's
Go
up
to the
here.
horse, go to the Achilles.
I'm standing pretty tall, aren't I? Now if I sink here, I didn't move my hands, did I? How did you read that? How did you know that I did that?
You put your energy into the back, into the back.
I put the energy backwards. I took that, I'm up here forward, and stopping him from moving to down there, to sinking back and staying with they can go through that same thing there. We can also check this lateral flexing out off the bridle to see whether he will give us a lateral flexing. He's quite polite here, and he gives us a soft feel. So instead of just getting on, I'm checking out, have I got brakes, have I got lateral flexion before I get on. I'm doing a few checks to see whether I've got control, whether I can then turn my body and pat this belly. Remember when we started to pat this belly and then we went from friendly game to porcupine game, this horse wanted to kick me? So now I'm going to go in there and I'm going to go straight to friendly game, because as soon as I pick my energy up and I start playing porcupine game, he's quite polite now. Because Lucy's done a good job on practicing, working on her negatives on this horse. This horse has been one of Lucy's biggest problems, is hopping on this horse. He first wanted to take off. So the biggest thing that we need to do is think about the energy. So he's reading my energy here as I come back to step up here. So what can I do?
Put it in your back. Put it back.
Put it back here a bit as I step up. So I took less energy instead of putting energy. So that was very good. So then, because I know that he's going to walk up, I'm going to bend him on one rein The other rein I'm not going to touch. I'm going to take hold of his mane and his rein. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my foot up here, and if he moves his foot, I'm just going to walk with him, teach him to stand, put whatever it takes, then I'm going to get around, I'm going to skip to here. So I've got 3 points of contact. I've got the hold of his rein and his mane, I've got my foot in the stirrup line, I've got this hand that I can come over, I can grab hold of this, I can do whatever. I'm not going to grab the back of the saddle and pull myself up. But it's going to pull the saddle across the horses with it. I want to be able to bring that up to here and take hold of the saddle from the other side so I can come up a step to there, step down, this backwards so that the hind quarters went over there out of my way. So this is something that I would do with this horse quite a lot. It's just stepping on, holding that rein, stepping over, stepping up to there. I step down, I step off. So this is where the little pamphlet that Charlotte read out there last night about how the saddle fits on the horse and stuff like that, it all comes down to saddle fits, and this saddle fits this horse pretty well, but he hasn't got a wither. So the saddle is going to roll. So see how this indirect rein and neutral lateral flexion has taught this horse to stop and stand its feet still. When it does that, and then I go to pick up, he says, you're using energy and he thinks he's got to move, so we've got to be careful that we don't put too much energy there on these horses and get to there. We'll step up, he's comfortable, I can step on. But notice my eyes kept in here looking at his inside eye and leg, inside eye, so that I can get that control before I go anywhere. I've got a soft feel here in my rein. So the first thing I do when I get to there is I step his hindquarters off first. So if I was hopping on a young horse for the very first time, that's exactly what I would do. I would step his hindquarters off first in case he decided to drop his head and have a bark. I would have more control if I just taught him to do that. Step one step and relax. Thank you.